everyone. Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. We did a year, 52 episodes. This is the new year in October. Sure, why not? So we got some books. Let's complain about Marvel for a second. New Mutants, number 22. Did you recognize Shadow King? Farouk on the cover. See, apparently in Genosha, the place where the mutants all live, they allow every mutant in there. We all have to stick together. No, you don't. Some of you are awful. Case in point, Shadow King. This is written by, again, Vita Ayala. Artist is Rod Reis. Rod's still channeling his inner Bill Sienkiewicz, but whatever. And so the actual hardcore team of, let's see, who we got? We got Rain, Danny, John, Magic, so Yanya, and Warbird, War something or other. I don't remember. They go to meet with Farouk, and he makes it all like he's trying to help them be strong, and he's not. So, although I did like this, where it was a side view of his face, and they cut it into panels of the comic book. That was kind of interesting. I kind of like that. But we get that he's a bad guy. You've been telling us he's a bad guy for issues now. We understand when we get to the end and he's taking the minds over of everybody that this was always going to happen. So I understand you got to get 5 issues for a graphic novel. All right, Marvel, Savage Avengers. I always can never believe there's another issue. This one has the lovely title of The Defilement of All Things by the Cannibal Sorcerer Kulan Gath Part 2. Writer Jerry Dugan, artist Pat Zurcher. Yeah, that's good enough. So it's Kang versus Conan Doom. Conan with a Doom outfit on. Trying to figure out a way to destroy Kulan Gath. And so they got really carried away with the time shenanigans. So, I don't know. He's supposedly trying to take out Kulan Gath, and things aren't going all that well for anybody. So, we'll see how it goes. Next issue is supposed to be Kulan Gath versus Doom. I don't know which Doom it is. Could be a Doom bot for all we know. You never can tell with Doom. I'll just read it because I just can't believe they're still making it. DC! Is it the only DC? Yes. DC has given us this chunk of Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. Lovely cover of her and all the ladies doing the thing, which is great. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stories. I will not be reading off the art teams for these. Forget about it. There's something about Diana being dead in the first one, and I'm like, they're showing a documentary that Steve Trevor made, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember her being dead. Then there's a young Diana story, but we got to get to the good story. The good story, which we will tell you who did it. Amy Reeder is the writer and artist. Amy needs to make more books. This is a World War II Wonder Woman story called Fresh Catch, where she is attached to a giant magnet until Etta Candy shows up. And so she's there with her Holiday Girls, which is a fraternity, is it fraternity? It's not fraternity, sorority of ladies who kick butt. So they have come to save Wonder Woman. I love the art style on this. It's so busy. Everything goes on. Lots of zip tone and all that things. And it was very good. I like this story out of the entire book. Out of 80, is it 100 pages? 100 pages. Those are my favorite 5 pages. And then we have where she's always having to help the boys in the Justice League. There's one where she goes on a date with Clark Kent. Because there was for a while there, apparently they were dating in another comic book. I don't remember. You get pinup art once in a while. There's a cool one there. All the different incarnations of Wonder Woman by Nicola Scott and Annette Kwok. There's one where she's fighting Cheetah I did like Isaac Goodhart's artwork in this. It's very, very exaggerated. And it deals with Cheetah wants to beat you, but Cheetah won't let children die to beat you. We got a pinup by Daniel Warren Johnson that I like. I can hear the heavy metal as it goes. There's another one where they're back on the island. There's one where it takes place in the far-flung future called Low Orbit, written by G. Willow Wilson. She's a good writer. Megan Hetrick. And it's set in the way far future, but Wonder Woman's immortal, so she's still there. So this was a good book. This is a good book to get somebody who might like Wonder Woman, girls who like Wonder Woman, little girls that want to read about superheroes. This is pretty good. The first story is really long and kind of depressing because you think she's dead, but she's not dead. She's fine. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, then we go on to issue 3 of The Me You Love in the Dark. This creepy Scotty Young, George Corona. Scotty wrote it. George illustrated. They still do that cool music thing. This is the symbol for music playing in the house. And she's hanging out with this thing in the house. And you get big creepy montage, double panels. That thing has got a lot of eyes and teeth or something for her to be quite that attracted to. She's painting. And they watch TV together, and he plays music, and she makes him cookies. He makes her a display of paintings that just float in the middle of the big old house. Trick-or-treaters won't come to their house because kids think it's haunted. So, and there's an assumption that she's jumping the monster's bones by the end of this book. So we will see how that goes. There's a thing in the next issue where it looks really. They give you a little taste. Looks weird. So for all the kids out there, Marvel Action Origins, number 4. Miles Morales, Rhino. Everybody knows the origin of Miles Morales. So the story is Christopher Elopoulos. And Lana Suvani's in there. She did the art and colors for the first story. O'Neill Jones did the art for the second story. This is one of those where it's the alternate universe, so it's Miles Morales in that universe before the multiverses all come together in the Marvel universe. And it's his origin story, how he gets bit by a spider. It's Norman Osborn's fault. There Peter Parker dies. He hooks up with Nick Fury, becomes that. The Rhino story with the art by O'Neill Jones, it's hilarious because he's never surprised. This face, that's his face, Alexi. And they put the hide on him. And this goes way back. The first Rhino, when Spider-Man uses the webbing to dissolve his hide, that's like the 60s. So that's in here, and then he gets better armor, and then they keep bringing him back, and he fights the Hulk. But the neat thing about it is he's the Rhino, so he just kind of runs a straight line. And so the story is the same way. I keep fighting Spider-Man, and I lose. I'd fight with the Hulk again and again. I'd lose. And then he ends it with, over time, my suit got more powerful, and I made money. Lots of it. But the one thing I learned is more money and more power don't earn you more respect, because he gets beat every single time. It's also a weird little preview of My Little Pony Generations with these creepy girls in it that are going to kill the ponies. I don't know what that's about. All right, here we go. I don't know why I left it in the bag. We decided to take a chance on an Aftershock comic. I don't remember the last Aftershock comic I bought. This is by... People are killing me. Brian Buccellato. 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 And Hayden Sherman. Hayden, I got to tell you, your artwork is very good. This is the story of Mitch. Mitch is a man who invented a new way to pressure cook chicken to make it the best damn chicken you ever had. Unfortunately, his partner had been using the containers for the secret recipe to help a gang smuggle heroin into the country. And then something happened to the heroine, so they got to get out of town. So he tells the other guy, we'll run off to my yacht. Bring your wife and children, two kids and wife, get on the yacht. He goes, okay, I'll go ahead, get on the yacht. I got to go make one more thing happen. And he gets off to go see the other guy, and that's the yacht. So in one fell swoop, Mitch has lost everything. And now he needs to have, his partner tells him, I need you to go get something. I feel like this kind of artwork where it's just, he's lost it. Mitch is seriously lost it. He even goes to ask his mom, who apparently allegedly stabbed a man to death because he deserved it. Her words, piece of shit got what he deserved, but I didn't do it. And so he needs to sneak into the gym, so he puts on the chicken head from his Chicken Devil restaurant. I don't think that's what it's called, but we'll check at the end because there's a thing I got to show you. And this guy goes to bust him, and the floor is all slippery. So yeah, we end up with Chicken Man and guy dead and stuff like that. This is awesome. He is not a hero. Mitchell is a man who doesn't know. It's called Mitch's Hot Chicken. It's not called Chicken Devil. I love that they give you a little blog of how he made Mitch's Hot Chicken, but what might be better than that is the menu for the restaurant is in here. Some of it sounds pretty good, because they tell you the first time you want the Mitch, which is boneless breast, comeback sauce, which is the secret, sweet relish, honey drizzle, and brioche bun. And they said, but if you want to go the next time, get the K-Town. The K-Town is a boneless thigh, so you already got me, gochujang sauce, cucumber relish, kimchi, and on a brioche bun. I'm like, what? There's one that is keto style, so it's not served, it's just served with coleslaw and collard greens. There's no bun. And there's the Denise, I assume he named it after his wife. You want the boneless thigh again, the comeback sauce, spicy relish, American cheese, and a brioche bun. There are nuggets, there are devil wings, you've got collard greens as a side, and kimchi as a side in the same place. Where this is a great thing. And you can pick your levels of heat. There's angel, mild, medium, hot, extra hot, and the devil made me do it. So, yeah. Just a wonderful book, and all the little extra added things that they put on it. And I thought it was sweet that, and you don't get this very often, where they won't do it. Hayden identifies as a they and them, and they put that in their thing.
Bio?
Their little bio. Brian is Brian. Hayden is Hayden. And yeah, they were like, we hope you like it. I thought this was great. We'll be buying this until it's over. I hope it lasts for a very long time. I just want to see Mitch go on just a tirade, basically. So these are all the comic books. Sophie, Fiona, thank you for coming over today and helping Grandpoo make homemade cinnamon rolls. And we made chicken tenders and French fries. And soon you'll come over for a sleepover for Halloween. In the meantime, the rest of you, get off your duff, go read a comic book, go to the comic book store, go to the library. Library has comic books. As I mentioned before, there are online places where you can read comic books for free. Comic books are fun because you get art that's gorgeous, even if you don't like the comic book sometimes. If this art's still gorgeous. Interesting storyline stuff you wouldn't read anywhere else. It's just a great way to spend your time reading some comic books. So until next week, we will continue on with our second year. Have a good night.